Wow, robot bench of the dead. Dead robot bench of the dead. Hey ho. Morning all, it's me again. Hello, yes, North Fambridge station. Yes, I was here 2 days ago. It's Tuesday the 28th of November, about 10 past 11. Missed the train I wanted to get, but there was another train not that long afterwards, 40 minutes later than I was hoping, but that's great. Very impressed with this railway service. This is the Greater Anglia network, apparently, and this branch line to Southminster to Wickford. It's clean, on time, well maintained. Seems to be quite a few people on it as well. I've got the train from Burnham on Crouch to here, so now I'm going to go and try and find the river. And I'll talk more when I get there. Another one of those. Pretty much sure the last one was a trap. Still, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's do it. This is good. We found the river again. It's nice. It's a nice sunny day. It's about 4 to 6 degrees today, apparently. So there's a bit of a breeze, so that will keep that down a little on the feels like scale. Mind you, just having the sun out's nice. Well, that is quite low in the sky. I mean, it's what, 11:30 in the morning now, and that's probably about as high as it's going to get today. I'm pretty much honing in on winter. I mean, there's still a month, about 3 weeks to go before the shortest day, but I should be using those 3 weeks to be hiking, so I think I need to get up a bit earlier. In fact, I got up at 7 this morning and I totally underestimated the amount of slow traffic there would be on the M25 on a Tuesday, on a work day. So I probably need to get up a bit earlier for the rest of these weeks. Start at 6, try and catch a bit more daylight. Should be nice and easy today though. Sign on Burnham train station. When I got on the train, there's a signboards there for local visiting things and amenities and stuff, and they were saying this is basically a 9-mile walk, advertised as something of a pleasant afternoon stroll. That's just good because sun sets at 7 minutes to 4 today. So I've got about four and a bit hours to get 9 miles done, which shouldn't be a problem. And indeed, if I show my raggedy bit of printed off. Remember, this red line is implied one-day England coast path. It's as of 2020. But yeah, I'm doing North Fambridge, which is, I can't hold it and point at the same time, but you can see North Fambridge there, all the way along. Hang on, point some behind me. No, it's a shadow. Now the wind. There should probably be some like overlay at this point, computer graphic map and such like. Anyway, you can see the route today, North Fambridge to Burnham on Crouch, section. Is that a 5? Can't focus? No. Okay, 5, yes. Section 5 of the one-day England coast path, section 34. And as you can see, it just goes straight along the river, which is nice. Makes a change from all this nonsense up here. So no walking along busy death roads today, which is good, because I forgot my reflective high-vis jacket again. And yeah, just a pleasant high tide on the river, so it looks nice, and all that scabby mud that you'd see banked up all along it when it's at low tide. Probably not many people sailing today, it's a work day, but you never know. But yeah, this is about as far as we can go if we were coming from the other way. That's why I had to do all that stupid inland. I mean, you can see the sea defence there essentially terminates on a big fence with private no access on this side. So we basically took a big chunk out and went inland and then came down to the railway from there. Which, you know, not much I can do about that, to be honest, apart from, you know, flagrant trespass. And yeah, I mean, there's trespassing, but there might not actually be a path at all as well to worry about. I mean, there's legal access and then there's physical access, and I think possibly both of them are against you for that last corner there. You can see masts from a marina in the background there. I think there's access to that, but little else. Anyway, that's all behind me. That's all done. Don't need to worry about that again. So we go down the end here, turn left, and essentially gently meander our way up to Burnham on Crouch. Hopefully getting there for about 4 o'clock today before it gets dark. But it's all seawall stuff. It was really, really wet and rainy yesterday. It's all still quite muddy. Got my leg calf protectors on there, gaiters, mostly because they're quite warm. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep moving because, yeah, like I say, 9 or so miles today in about 4 hours, 4 and a bit hours, which is not technically difficult. And indeed, the route's pretty straightforward and probably quite flat as well. But I haven't really got much time for sitting around and admiring stuff, and I don't want to do that anyway because it's going to be cold. And South Fambridge just over there. Get a better view of that when we go around the corner. Ugh. Yeah, and a very high tide. This road here just goes straight into the river. Hopefully. Slipway probably. And yeah, right, okay, let's crack on. Yeah, there we go, South Fambridge through the glare there, directly into the light. But I wanted to show you this. This doesn't look like a England coast path or anything like that. Some private initiative, locals. Saltmarsh Coast Trail, yeah, that's what we're doing today. Burnham on Crouch, 8 miles from here, that's today. But interestingly, Bradwell on Sea, 21.5. That will be not Thursday, this Sunday coming, I think we'll hope to get there. And then Malden, 45.5, which is essentially where I'm hoping to get to by well, certainly by Christmas. It's where I should have been by the end of September, really. There you go. And I don't know what Salcombe is, but it sounds hilarious. I expect we'll find out in due course. That'll probably be spring though, I think, because pretty much from Malden I am absolutely going to put my foot down and not do any more day trips, because it's already taken me 2.5 hours to drive here each day and back again. So it's 5 hours of travel and about the same hiking, so that starts to push the threshold a bit, really, at that point. So yeah, right, let's keep moving. Can't stand around. Across here and past that Harbour Master's office, such that it is. So there, looks like some fairly big boats there. Lovely. Well, look at this catamaran here, trimaran in fact. Her name is Rio, and she dances in the sun on the waves. I forget how it goes. Onward. Whew. Look at that, it's lovely. All it takes is a high reflective index and a blue sky, and it looks great. A high tide blue sky looks great. Low tide grey sky looks awful. It's mud mostly. So look at it up close, and now the reflection of the sky in it, and you can see it's basically a kind of mushroom coloured sludge. You can't see any depth at all. Ugh. Cut the boats out. Why aren't you at work? Same reason I'm not at work, I suppose. Could be their days off, could be retired. Who knows? Could be independently wealthy and not need to work. Just float about on boats all day. Another dog lead. How does that happen? Oh, we've lost the dog. Oh well, don't need this anymore then. Is that lost as in lost, or lost as in saw die in the river? Gosh, that's a dark place. Let's look at a bench of the dead instead, that'll lift the mood. Tony Abbott, 1940 to 2019, member of NFYC. That's the North Fambridge Yacht Club. I just passed their house over there, their little club thing. He sailed this river for 62 years. Watched the tide ebb and flow, then the birds come and go. Oh, that's nice. 62 years. My, this is just... Wow. I thought this river felt long. Still, Burnham on Crouch today. That'd be good. That'll put me back where I would have been opposite Wallasey Island with the ferry and stuff. That might be it right on the horizon, actually, the trees on Wallasey Island on the centre. So that's about 7 miles away, I suppose. From which point, well, I mean, the sign back there that we saw implies there is a single continuous footpath to at least Malden from here, which is good. And indeed to Curly come Whirly, or wherever that next place was as well. But I'm going to worry about that another time. So my winter day trips should get a bit more straightforward now. A bit less soul destroying, a bit less trudging through unmarked bogland and fen, and a bit less stumbling along the hard shoulder or indeed the main carriageway of the local Major B road. Looking forward to that. Mind you, today's the last day I can use the train, so it's all going to be loop trips from here on, and I still haven't had time to learn how to ride a bicycle again, so that's going to have to be double damage hiking, I'm afraid, which is okay. I don't mind. And it does mean I'm going to have to get up pretty early. In fact, 6 o'clock seems about right. Give myself an extra hour deal with this stuff and still get back, and I will want all the reflective gear and lights for the trogging along the road back again at the end. Yeah, see how we go. But yeah, I won't worry about that. That's problems for another day. This is shaping up to be a nice day today. We can see the train which came along on that one. Distant centre there. Can't get over how new and modern that train line is. I mean, it seemed fairly busy, but I would have thought that would have been one of the first things to go, the beaching cuts. There's a big signboard about protests and the history of the railway at the station. I should have read more of it. But yeah, lovely. Still can't quite see the sea yet. But I can dream. Deceptively good looking path. It's actually very wet and very muddy. I'm having to watch my footing quite carefully as I go. I've nearly been over twice. I think the basic problem is that obviously it rained yesterday quite heavily, and yeah, although it's sunny and bright today, it's not really that hot, and that sun's not high and it's not going to be either. So, and I think, to be honest, these earthworks have one job, which is to stop the absorption of water. So I think the top tends to stay a bit marshy until the sun bakes it off, and that's not going to happen today. I'm going to get enough sun or temperature. So yeah, and I never know if I have to walk down the middle in the worst bit, because I've got boots that could take it, it's all right, or whether I go up the side, which is a bit wobbly and also makes it worse essentially, because you're just spreading the damage to the path up the bit that isn't damaged. I never know which. So I end up sort of weaving in and out and in and out, and it's quite tiring as it turns out. Still, it's all good. I don't mind, I'm enjoying it. Not complaining about path, no, not now there is one. Life on the estuary. Press pause for more information, or indeed, scan your computer screen to... Is that in focus? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Essex Wildlife Trust. Yes, still in Essex. Geese, eels, haven't seen any of those, but I suppose I wouldn't really. Curlews, possibly, plovers, they do look quite similar from a distance. Redshank, short crab. Yeah. Pretty sure I've seen geese. As for the others, I don't know, I suppose the beak's the clue there, that's quite distinctive. And redshank, it's got the red legs, hasn't it? Yeah. I don't know about golden plover. Pfft. Feathers. Well, keep an eye out, but generally I'm too noisy to catch this stuff on camera. Right, let's keep moving. What a kind of schedule today, largely set by the sun. Racing daylight. Yeah, geese. 1 out of 6 ain't bad. Hang on, I'll come back in zoom mode. Alright, here we go. Pinchy, pinchy, pinchy. 10 times zoom. 20 times zoom. Yeah, wildlife photographer of the year. Right, bored now. Onward. Something big on fire over there. I assume it's smoke. Hello, no, yes, there I am. There we go, right. Zoom. Yeah, I don't know. It's a Wallacey direction, but hard to say from this range. It's over the horizon though. About, I don't know, 5 miles away, 4 or 5. I mean, I'm the worst fire brigade in the world, really. I mean, it's going to take me a very long time to get there, and when I arrive, I'm going to be able to do absolutely nothing about it. But, you know, I'm happy to help. Yeah, keep an eye on that as we go forwards through the day. So I've got a bit of a chunk taken out of the thing here, but that's okay. Path carries on along. On the bench of the dead, Freddie Harrison, remembered with love, marking the contribution made in his memory. Marking the contribution made in his memory, not by him necessarily. Enigmatic. Right, onward. Hello, just checking in again. Not much to report really. I mean, I've been watching that fire. I mean, I think that's definitely Wallacey Island. I think that's probably, there's a boatyard there that I parked at with the little cafe that sold the lemonade. don't know, there's all sorts of industrial fluids used in boat sealants and stuff, maybe. But also there was a very large lumber yard next to it as well, where that large boat turned up, a cargo vessel. Perhaps it's somewhere in there. A lot of creosote and wood. Don't know. Still going though. It's been about half an hour. So yeah, we'll have to have a proper look when we get closer. I mean, it looks like it's pretty much opposite Burnham, so by the time we're level with it, we'll be done for today. But yeah, otherwise not a lot to report. Not many landmarks. Oh, hello. Startled something. Starling? Who knows? Wasn't a curly or a red shank. There's the train. Yeah, a few low hills on this side. Stops the whole thing washing away to sea. Gives the river somewhere to be. Like a valley, you know. It's very wide at this point. There's like a kind of cut off. I mean, it's very high tide, so it's flooded as well, but there's like a sort of cut off island running down the centre there. I think there was stuff at North Fambridge train station when I was looking last time, talking about the Great Flood, capital G, capital F, and I don't think they mean the one where, like, you know, the unicorns got killed and dragons and such. I think at some point in the 1800s, this here seawall, or at least its predecessor, was a further out, and that was actually part of it, and then something went. Now it's an enormous tidal marsh. You can sort of see the grass poking up from quite a way across. Very wide here if you count that island as well. But yeah, it's quite shallow here as well. This must be very high tide. Timed that again. like I time my trips to the high tides or whatever. There's only one place I had to do that, and that was the mouth of the River in Devon, which I don't stop going on about because I thought I was a bally hero for that. But yeah, still going well. A couple of puffy clouds turning up now. The wind's coming from that way, so I guess we'll get a bit of light and shade now. That's okay. All good for the temperatures. And it's just been lovely, and blue skies enough already for me today. I'm quite satiated, quite pleased. Let's deal with this climb me over thing. Style, that's the word. Something style council, I don't know, whatever. It's not easy being spontaneously witty, you know. I mean, I've literally spent the last 150 metres thinking of something clever to say, and now I've got nothing. There you go. Warts and all. Oh, lorks, here we go. And I was so enjoying today. Oh, it's good. I mean, they are obviously a cold-blooded creature. I imagine they're going to all be very much asleep at this point, tucked up down there somewhere if I was an adder. Wouldn't be up here basking because it is, you know, 4 degrees and quite windy. So I'm just going to stick to the middle bit and assume it's all going to be fine. As I say, I'm generally in far greater danger of being killed in traffic than by an adder, so I think on the whole my phobias have passed. Midsummer I might have other cause of concern, but I think I'd probably still just go for it anyway and stamp louder. There we go. Oh, good news. Whatever that is, they put it out. I guess I'll never know. Ah, good. I was worried I was going to be witness camera footage for some kind of major catastrophe, but all seems fine now. Well, limited now anyway. And no adders. Not been bitten by an adder yet either, so you know, everything's going great actually. But I think I'm about halfway. I just had a quick peek at Google Maps, and yeah, about halfway between start and finish. And it's 1:45, so doing well. I think we'll be in for 3 maybe. Let's see. 3's fine. Gives me a bit of time in hand. Not looking forward to trying to get back across rush hour motorway traffic on the M25, but you know, that's the price you pay, the sacrifices I make for this kind of thing. It'll be all right. Stop thinking. So yeah, so I need to stop thinking about the future so much and just enjoy the moment. Look, here we go, slow pan time without me gabbing on. go. So that's some reeds or cane of some sort. I think that's Anna's bird cover. Just a bit of set aside for wildlife. It's all farmland beyond. Arable too. It's not just pasture. Certainly there's been ploughing and doing crops on this side. Not sure if Essex has quite the tradition Kent has with produce, but certainly pretty much all parts of the country get significantly farmed these days. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Coming up on a thing, some sort of marina. Past the end of the, still along the island I think. It's a sort of reef almost. I don't know where the main channel of the river is. It's very wide here, certainly at high tide. So, yeah, I think this might be Althorpe. Althorpe? Althorpe? Something like that. It's probably a sign. This space is wild for wildlife. Good, good, good. I approve. It saves having to mow it too. You know, it's a nice side effect, nice benefit. Home for the adders. Snug in their little winter nests. Yes, Althorpe. Yes, I think we're definitely 2/3 of the way, kind of. There's a train station here. I think that's one I passed through. The pub or something as well. But I'm just on a roll and I can't really stop for like an hour's lunch or anything. Just need to keep pushing on. Coal smoke from somewhere. Some sort of burner, heater, stove. Quite a nice autumn smell. Yeah, so cross through all of this and then it's out the other side, past something called Creeksea. I don't know. And then Burnham itself is right on the very horizon there, I think. Probably just a, oh hello, crops not houses. I see a lot of this. Pretty much everywhere I go, every village. They're all desperately competing with each other to not get a housing estate tacked on the side. I think if you want less houses, you've got to start having less children, really, isn't it? Still, here we go. Some sort of jetty, wharf thing. And on we go. Yeah, never see a sign saying, yes, please, more houses here, thank you. It's the very definition of not in my backyard, I guess. Maybe they should just do it like every village gets one extra house. There's quite a lot of villages in the country. So there's like building, you know, 50 or 60 on one poor unsuccessful village that lost the Hunger Games or whatever. You know, I haven't sat down or stopped at all today. It's going to be one of those days. It's 1 o'clock. I've been walking for about 2.5 hours solid. That's okay. It's kind of what I do. It's kind of what I'm used to. Just don't like sitting down for long, just get stiff. And then you have to warm up again. Just keep on powering through. Particularly on cold days like this. Yeah, bigger, larger moorings and marina up ahead. Some pleasure vessels. I don't know if anyone lives on those all year round. Quite damp, I imagine, a lot of condensation. Very much a summer thing. This never gets old. Let's give you some parallax. This is very high tide at the moment, I think, looking at the wet marks on the brickwork and so on. That looks to be at least 2 meters above that water level. Amazing. The ingenuity of mankind. That's functionally, that's connected to the North Sea, that, so, you know, doing well. Does make the tops quite boggy though. Functionally very waterproof. It's alright. Get enough wet grass to wash the boots as I go. It's nice. Oh. Looks like any curlews or redshanks. Not sure what I'm expecting to see, they're probably further out. Just lounging around on the path, you know, nodding as you go past. Quite reclusive, I think. Yeah. Oh, a bit of dark cloud. Yeah, back on the river proper now, I think. You can sort of see in the middle there the sort of edge of the tidal island there. I think that is a proper fen once the river's down on low tide. Tricky navigation for your little boats, I guess. There's floaty buoys and things in the river to mark out where to go. There's still traces of steam or little bits of smoke coming from there. It's gone around the headland now, though. Guess we'll see when we get there. Oh, is that a hill? I'm going to have to go up a hill. I haven't done a hill in a while. Actually, last week, Tuesday, yeah, Sunday, last Sunday, 2 days ago, there was a hill. That was the bit with the road on it. Surprisingly wide. I can see why they didn't just put a footbridge in. Seems unreasonable at the time, but I start to understand now. I don't know what sort of resources the King Charles III England Coast Path Committee have at their disposal, but I think it probably just stretches to nailing small metal plaques on wooden fence posts. Not sure they've got the kind of budget or resources or logistics to build entire suspension bridges. Which is a shame. Coming up on the, I guess all those trees there are Burnham, or the others, just the other side of them that is Burnham on Crouch, the end of today. Probably an hour to go. It's only 1:30 though, so I'm doing well. Might be in for a 2:30 finish. It's a very good time today, which will bode well for my travelling home. Just better get home in a reasonable sort of hour. Oh, we'll go in there. A load of stakes on the hill there. Coming back in zoom mode, back in a minute. It's annoying you can't change modes while still filming. Here we go. Don't know what we're going there. Agriculture, clearly. Hops, grapes, little apple trees. I don't know. I mean, the climate and the soil around here are not entirely dissimilar to Kent, so who knows. Oh. Looks like good rich soil anyway. He says, completely making it up. I don't know what rich soil looks like. It's not full of flints anyway, which must be all to the good. Lots of river nutrients washed over there. This was probably a tidal plain at some point, hundreds of years ago. Brown, that's peat, isn't it? Red's clay, yeah. Don't know. Like many things I talk about on these little videos, I'm basically guessing. That's, oh gosh, yes, you can tell I'm not in study mode anymore. I think it must interpolate with like extra frames and smoothing and stuff, which is probably why it can't zoom when it's doing the steady mode. Right. Another stile or something overhead, and then it's on to another stretch of quite similar shorter fence. Well then, I don't know, do I go up the inside of that? Oh, I can zoom at the moment. Do I go up the inside of that field there? Is that the path, or are we going around there somewhere? I don't know. I suppose if I just keep walking, I'll find out. Yeah, there's a bit of textural variety. It's like we've got the side of this hill now. On the side of this field. This looks very crumbly. It'll go at any old heavy rain or good stamp on top. So I'm going to stay this side of the binding hedgework there. All these roots to be holding this hill together probably as best they can anyway. What's that? Hanging from the tree there. No idea. Is that a light? Camera? Who knows? Pointing out what it looks of it. Right, up we go. A bit of a workout, a bit of cardio. Get some good views from the top. Sweep up and down. I'll do a slow pan from the top. How about that? Yeah, been there, done that. Nice, majestic. A vista that I have walked the entire of. This is always nice. It's quite satisfying. Most of it today on this side. Can't even see Fambridge from here. Okay, so just down off this hill, back along the seawall again, around the corner, and I think we're pretty much there. And we had see another massive cargo ship at that wood yard. Hang on, zoom mode. Alright, here we go, pinch zoom. Hang on, I'll go look up what it is. Alright, there we go. So that is the Wilson Sky, Danish registered. Arrived from somewhere in Estonia with an FRO code that I don't recognise. 5.5 metres draft. And somehow still managing to be this far up this river. Presumably loading lots of wood products on board to go somewhere else. Doesn't say where. Hasn't logged that bit of their journey yet, I guess. Yeah. General cargo. Cool. All is in order. You may proceed. Got a soggy bit. I'll just walk very carefully along here, slowing me down somewhat still. Not far to go now, I shouldn't think. Half hour tops, I expect. I've seen a lot of these on this particular stretch. I mean, you know, you'd sort of assume it was implied, but I don't know. Someone must have seen special cause to state the obvious. Signs like that cost. I get them printed. You buy them from a wholesaler, I don't know, country stores, whatever, country supplier, but they cost, and then it takes someone's time and effort to come out here and secure them, put them on the boat posts and stuff. That costs too. It's energy, it's effort. You have to balance that against the risk of not doing that. And to be honest, I don't think you ever see a sign that hasn't been put up for a reason, because signs cost and putting signs up costs. So obviously whoever owns that bit of land has had trouble with trespassers in the past. And trouble with trespassers as well. Maybe potentially a lost hiker gets shouted at, but trespassers stealing stuff or breaking things, most likely, to go to the trouble of reinforcing the bounds, you know. The trespass itself is not enough to cause that kind of response and reaction, I think, in most cases. It needs to be, well, yes, aggravated trespass. There needs to be trespass and damage, well, the technical definition of aggravated trespass is trespass, but also the prevention of the lawful use of the land by the landowner in some fashion. Blocking gateways, that sort of thing, damage. Yeah, I don't know. I don't worry about this sort of thing too much, I think. I mean, the path's here, I'm on it, I don't want to be over there. There's no real interest in trespassing, but I don't know, a sign like that seems like, you know, seems pugnacious, is that the word? It's like inviting a response. It's like standing there with your arms folded and your chin jutting out, you know? Making a big point of, no, you're not to come here. I didn't want to go there, you know? But then seeing a sign like that sets me off somehow, I don't know. I think it's just too much time on my own on long distance footpaths is the problem. Look at this. Certainly had a few people through here. I don't know about today though. I had to tell, I'm not good enough with tracks to know if the rain has fallen after that mark, after those impressions have been made, or before. I don't know. Can. I haven't got enough pockets to pick up any. I normally have a carrier bag or something for these sorts of days out, pick some of that up. But oh well, someone else will have to get this one. Yeah. Oh, there you go, another one. No, really, this is still private land. Okay. All right. Calm down. It's okay. It's got a moat, look. You have to really go some to get to that, what, grass? Yeah. Let's look at the river instead, more wholesome. Is that seaweed? I guess that's kelp. Must be pretty salty at this point then, if that's growing comfortably. Yeah, fronds of kelp, I think. little bubbles of air keeping it floating. Yeah, this must be salt. Not sure kelp does very well in fresh water. Fresh water quite far back up there, but I don't know where the line would be for this river. Surprisingly far inland generally on tidal rivers, because yeah, the tide is being caused by the sea. Yeah, okay. That's enough of stating the bleeding obvious hour. Let's get some more miles in. Let's see, that's yeah, 1:49. I could be in for a 2:30 finish, I think, which would be good. Give me a chance to beat the rush around the M25. And then I think for Thursday's trip to basically the same place again, I'm going to have to get up a bit earlier. 6 o'clock start instead. Give myself more of a day to get stuff done in. Oh, I'm going to need both hands for this. This is ridiculous. That looks a bit go away. Does look like we're going for an inland detour now. Away from the edge. The edge which belongs to someone. Keypad. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Better not. Right, let's try down here. Oh, look at all that meticulously stored chewing gum. Okay, so this is probably Creeksea, or maybe even Burnham. Sure, have to ask. Stock grazing. Okay. Don't see any. All right. Now what? Presumably that way. It looks a bit furrowed. Yeah, let's try that way. If anyone shouts at me, I'll have a reasonable excuse and explanation. I find that's the best way to deal with people shouting at you. Pleasant, reasonable explanation. Because ultimately we're all reasonable people. Yeah. On some sort of road now. With no real signage. Going to try following it this way, see what happens. Back to the shore. I mean, I'm a reasonable person. I don't expect or demand to go trampling across people's gardens just because they happen to be part of the shore. But I would quite like an alternate path and some signage, you know, it's fine. Creeksea Sailing Club, members car park. Okay. That's all the hallmarkings of a sailing club. Sailboats. And yeah. Probably a slipway or something down here. I'm hoping there's like a left-hand turn and I can start ambling along the shore again, along the river. But who knows? There's a little clubhouse there, somewhere they can start races from. A little triangle on a stick usually marks one side of a starting line for little boat races. Oh. Horse pass this way, recent. Work out the directionality. Work out if the horse came back dumping as it went as well. Or whether it went down the end and found another way out. Should be useful to know. I'm going to hope there's something going off to the left. This road continues round. I don't know though, I think it might just stop at the sea. Stop at the river there. See, these are the kind of moment-to-moment crises and dramas I have to deal with in this lifestyle I've chosen for myself. I can't even read anything on that, it's too sunny. Creeksea Sailing Club, new members welcome. I could bluff it, pretend I was a new member. Then cross the grounds and then decide on the far side of the ground that I didn't like the look of the club and was going to try somewhere else. Not be a new member anymore. Cunning, see? Yeah, big old boat. Oh yeah, it's got a little crane arm there. Is that on the boat or on the shore? Either way, loading or unloading. Probably loading. Raw wood comes off, tree trunks, gets turned into whatever it is they make in there, and goes back on the boat for somewhere else. I don't know where it goes after it, because it comes here from Estonia. Probably pillaging the native heartland forests, the primal forests of Central Europe. And then gets turned into like patio decking, and then who knows where it goes after that. Right, well, there's a bench up here. That sort of implies a kind of public access. I think it continues on. Wow, look at all this kelp on the road. suggests that actually this can be much higher tide than this. God, storms I suppose. It's very slippery too, quite dangerous. Okay, I reckon I can probably continue along. Yeah, there's a path, good. Well, we'll take that. Whew, God, that was hard work. Just really slippery all the way. This looks a bit better anyway. I just don't think this ever dries actually. I mean, it's not certainly not hot enough ambient air temperature this time of year. And this tall grass sort of provides enough shade to keep this in shadow the entire day, I think, given how low the sun is. What have we got in there? Something that needs to be protected from the cold in sapling form, certainly. Small fruit trees, maybe. Don't know, it might be a vineyard, but I don't know. Oh, good. Now you can see the cafe over there that did the lemonade up on the top. It was a welcome refreshment after a long day of unexpected 24 degrees October temperatures. Ah, so many weeks ago. A month and a half, I think, since I was there in real time. It's about 4 stages. That was 5 stages ago, I think, Wallasey Island, which I'm definitely looking at now. That ship and the lumberyard and the marina are all on Wallasey. So that's the fens over there between Wallasey and the rest. So the boat would have gone from somewhere over there, one of these pontoons, to Burnham, which I think we can see quite clearly now in the near distance. Yeah, another half hour and we'll be done, I think. Be good. Right, more then. Lost in a boatyard. I think this is the edge I'm allowed to follow. No one shouted at me yet. I need to be over there somewhere. There was no bridge across the, no lock or gate or anything. So keep meandering around until I either find my way out or I'm told off. Yeah, he looks like the way out. Well, there's a park over there with the signboards in as well. Confusing. Let's try over here. If in doubt, keep the water on your right hand side. There we go. North Fambridge, 7.8 miles. That's very precise. And it's just 2 minutes short of 2:30 in the afternoon. So that's not bad. Town centre via Quay, 0.5. Yeah, pretty much done. And look at all this. Press pause for more information. But basically, yes, you are here. So I've come from here today, done all of this today. Which would be more impressive if there was any kind of scale. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Yeah. Good, right. So yes, I just need to finish this last stretch, stop here somewhere, do a little goodbye and then go get my car from up here somewhere, and then go home. And look, ferry, bloody ferry, Bradwell, 13 miles, yeah. Now I'm not going to do that in one go because short days and long car travel and so on, but yeah. Oh, I'll talk more about this as we go. Walking, look, walking is the thing you can do here apparently. There are plenty of beautiful walks here. Taking the sights of the town and quay on the historic waterfall, venture along the seawall to the river south to Creeksea. The more adventurous could catch the train to Hawthorne or even North Fambridge and return by foot along the seawall, which is basically what I've done today. I'm more adventurous. Go me. Oh, and you can do sailing, salt marshing, river crouching, Wallasey Islanding, boat building. You can build a boat. You can burn the yacht harbour, and there's some lifeboats in case things go terribly awry. Good, right, let's finish up today then. Triumphantly stride into Burnham on Crouch. Only like a month and a bit late. 2 months late? Yeah, I think I would have been here somewhere around the last week in September. Yeah, so 2 months later than I hoped, but we made it in the end. That's probably the, well, this is pretty much the end of section 34 of the unfinished England Coast Path, which mostly is there, but in a number of places needs a lot of work. I should probably have probably just bailed and got the ferry after all. All because of one random acorn on a signpost somewhere over there in the marshes. Still, there you go. I'm kind of glad I have done it though. You know, it feels like I've done it properly. Haven't skipped a bit. You know, even though it isn't ready yet. Blimey. Don't get used to this kind of terrain. This is very untypical for the next couple of years going forward. More like that boggy salt marsh and earthworks, seawalls are more like the usual kind of thing around it. I'm just revelling in the solid footwork. So I think one of these is the jetty that the ferry runs from, maybe that one, or the next one or something. Don't know. It's a bit further along than the terminus at the other end, further downstream. Well, this is as good a spot as any. Not sure where the ferry terminus is. The ferry doesn't even run this time of year. It's late November. It stopped at the end of September probably. But this is Burnham on Crouch. It'll do. It's as good a spot as any. I mean, I'm just going to carry on there on Thursday in 2 days' time. So for now, though, let's stop by the War Memorial. Festooned in poppies, as is our way. And sign off. I shall, oh, that's bright. I shall see you again in 2 days from here. Ta-da.